Hello, civil services aspirants. Today I am going to discuss paper 1 of Civil Services General Studies 2022. So the first question is rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility. Okay, here the rapid word is there are related to the provisions of lending by which one of the following? So since there is a rapid, it is not Asian Development Bank because all development banks do slowly. International Monetary Fund is the one which tries to solve your balance of payments crisis and hence rapidity is needed. So this is the correct answer. United Nations Environmental Program Finance Initiative, no, it is not because environment programs are also slow. And World Bank is also a development bank like Asian Development Bank, hence it is slow. So the correct answer is B. Question number 2. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following. An increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicates appreciation of rupee. This is correct because this nominal effective exchange rate is increasing, and an increase in the real effective exchange rate indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. No, because exports become uncompetitive when rupee becomes strong. So an increase in real effective exchange rate means rupee is becoming stronger. Hence, it will adversely affect trade. So it will actually worsen the terms of trade or worsen the trade competitiveness. Then option 3 is an increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NER and REER. Yes, that's again it is correct because our inflation is higher and the inflation in other countries is lower. It means our real effective exchange rate becomes weaker. Rupee becomes weaker since inflation in India is higher and inflation in other countries is lower. So that way there will be divergence. Hence answer C is correct. Only 1 and 3 are correct. Now I go to question number 3 and it reads, if the inflation is too high, RBI is likely to buy government securities. Yes, because if RBI buys government security, then what will happen? Money supply will be more in the economy because RBI is buying government security. So if it is buying government securities, means the securities are moving from banks or public to the RBI. Then this, and instead of that, RBI releases money. So then this will increase high powered money on which banks can create more credit. So that way this answer is clearly wrong. It will rather worsen inflation. It will not control inflation. It will make inflation worse. So this one is actually wrong. And then we have this part. If the rupee is rapidly depreciating, means rupee is becoming weaker, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. This is correct because RBI will buy dollars. Buy rupees, sell dollars. Means whenever it is selling dollars, then RBI is buying rupees. In fact, only recently, during the last 6 months, in order to maintain rupee, RBI had bought $100 billion. So that is what it is happening. Means if rupee is rapidly depreciating, then RBI will buy rupees, means it will sell dollars. So this one is actually correct. So option 2 is correct. And then if interest rates in the USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Yes, because it is now cheaper to buy. No, interest rates in Europe has fallen, USA has fallen, means the dollar will become weaker. So the means why will it become weaker? Because putting dollar in these banks or in these markets gives a lower rate of interest. So that way this reduces the strength of the dollar, so dollar becomes cheaper. Hence, Indian government or RBI will buy. So option 2 and 3 are correct. Answer is B. And then I go to question 4. Question 4 is with reference to the G20 common framework. It is a common framework of G20. Consider the following statements. It is an initiative endorsed by the G20 together with the Paris Club. Yes, Paris Club was involved because Paris Club had talked about renegotiating the loans, especially of African countries who have this, what I would say, who cannot pay back their loans because of Corona pandemic. So that way, Paris Club recommended that well, it should be renegotiated, means the terms of loans should be changed. They should be given more time and maybe some reduction in interest rate. So that's what this happens. So this one is correct. And then two is it is an initiative to support low income countries with unsustainable debt. Yes, that's correct too, because they have unsustainable debt, hence they needed to be support. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Answer C is the correct answer. Question number 5. With reference to the Indian economy, what is the advantage of inflation index bonds? I mean, these bonds pay some interest, and then as the government employees, central government employees get DA, same way inflation index bonds get inflation protection. So how does it define? So the government can reduce the coupon rates on its borrowing by way of inflation indexed bonds. Yes, because the government pays only real interest rate, and that rate is just around 1% or 2%. And when inflation is added to that, say 5% or 7%, so that nominal rate will become 8%, means 1% plus 7% becomes 8%, or if it is 2%, then it will become 9%. But the government offers lower coupon rates, and what if inflation is stopped? It is only 2-3%. Then that coupon rate will be the real interest rate of 1% plus 3% of inflation, just 4%. So government can reduce the coupon payment is correct. Then second, inflation index bonds provide protection to the investor from uncertainty regarding inflation. Yeah, this is correct by definition. And C, the interest received as well as capital gains on IIB are not taxable. Well, you can easily guess it because government of India taxes a lot. They tax you on everything. GST, income tax, housing tax. I really feel very frustrating because India is a very high taxed economy. I mean, so if you middle class, whatever they earn, they pay around 45 to 55% of income there as taxes. So this one is actually incorrect. You can do it even by guess. Even if you didn't know this, you could have guessed it that well, this one is wrong because everything is taxable in India. So this has to be wrong. So only 1 and 2 are correct. Now, it is better to have guesses. If you are able to eliminate 1 or 2 options, then it is better to try that. In that case, you will have positive marks despite having negative. So blind guess is not worth. But if you are able to eliminate 1 or 2 options, then you should choose the correct answer. You should take the risk. Question number 6. With reference to foreign-owned e-commerce firms operating in India, which of the following statements are correct? So they can sell their own goods in addition to offering their platform as marketplaces. Yes, this one is actually correct. And second, the degree to which they can own big sellers on their platform is limited. Yeah, that is also correct. because India doesn't have full freedom on investment. Hence, both 1 and 2 are correct. So, answer C is the correct answer. Question number 7. Which of the following activities constitute real sector in the economy? Means real sector means real production of goods or sale of goods, but not this investment in the stock market, which is a financial transaction. So farmers investing their crops, of course this is harvesting their crop, it is real sector. Then textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics, this one is also real because we can touch the goods and they can be measured in kilograms. A commercial bank lending money to a trading company, this is definitely financial sector, there is no real production. A corporate body issuing rupee denominated bond overseas, this one is also a financial transaction. Hence only 1 and 2 are real transactions. So answer A is correct. Now question number 8 says, which one of the following situations best reflects indirect transfers often talked about in media recently with reference to India? So these are indirect transfers. These are actually new terms. So indirect transfer, yeah. And so we draw it like this, that an Indian company investing in a foreign enterprise and paying taxes in the foreign country on the profits arising out of its investment. Yeah, this is indirect transfer. Then a foreign company investing in India and paying taxes to the country of its base on the profits arising out of its investment. That is also indirect transfer. And then an Indian company, I'm having a lot of problems. An Indian company purchasing tangible assets in a foreign country and sell such assets after their value increases and transfer the proceeds to India. Yes, this one is money is coming into the India. So this one is real indirect transformation. A and B are not. And D, a foreign country transfers shares and such shares derive their substantial value from assets located in India. Well, the shares are already in India, hence this is not indirect transfer either. So whenever Indian companies earn money in foreign country and sell such assets and then pay taxes on that and then transfer that within India, then it is called indirect transfer. Why do the companies do that? Because the taxes in foreign countries like Caribbean island are lower. So they will make profit, pay taxes lower, and then they won't pay taxes in India. So in order to tax saving, the companies do that. Question number 9. With reference to the expenditure made by an organization or a company, which of the following statements are correct? So the company has made some expenditure. It is acquiring new technologies, capital expenditure, yes, because new technology is used for a very long years in the future. So that's why it is a capital expenditure. It is not revenue expenditure. The expenditure of this maintenance, sales, salary to employees, all these are done within the current year. So if they expire within the current year, then it is not a capital expenditure. The second is debt financing is considered capital expenditure while equity financing is considered revenue expenditure. No, equity financing is also capital expenditure, it is not revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure happens when you earn something and then spend on raw material or paying salary to employees, this becomes revenue expenditure. So only one is correct. Question number 10. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statement. A share of the household financial savings goes towards government borrowings, yes. because government issues bonds like Kisan Vikas Patra or many different kinds of bonds on which it pays coupon. So that is the part of household financial saving. Then dated securities issued at market related rates in auction form a large component of internal debt. Oh, yes, yes. This is dated securities issued at market related rates in auction form. So it is the banks who purchase in auctions, and that's why it becomes a debt of the government. It is internal debt. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Then question number 11, it reads like this. Pursuant to the report of H.N. Sanyal Committee, the Contempt of Courts Act 1971 was passed. Yes, it is correct because Sanyal Committee had submitted in report, well, it was formed in 1961, and then they submitted the report very late, and after that the Parliament passed the act. So this part is correct. Then the Constitution of India empowers the Supreme Court and High Court to punish for contempt of themselves. Yes, this one is also correct. And then you might have seen many contempts of courts, and then the person who does the contempt is called to the court, is summoned to the court and punished. Then third, the Constitution of India defines civil contempt and criminal contempt. No, it is the 1971 Act that defines, not the Constitution. This Act, which was passed in 1971, this defines what is criminal contempt and what is civil contempt. And 4. So 3 is actually wrong. And this 4 is, in India, the Parliament is vested with the powers to make laws on contempt of courts. Of course, because it is the Parliament who had passed the Contempt Courts Act of 1971. Hence, Parliament is vested with that power. So, 1, 2, and 4 are correct. That is option B. Now, question 12. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Government law officers and legal firms are recognized as advocates, which is correct, but corporate lawyers and patent attorneys are excluded from recognition as advocates. Yes, because when they join corporate world, they become the employee of that, and then they cannot be called advocates because they will work only for their companies. Advocates work for all the public. Anybody you can go and advocate will take your case. But if you are a corporate lawyer, then you will work only for that corporation. Hence, you are no longer the advocate. Then bar councils have the power to lay down the rules relating to legal education and recognition of law colleges. Yes, this is true. It is the bar council who said that, okay, what needs to be taught and which university needs to be recognized, whether they meet the standard or not. So bar council sends its inspectors, and then those inspectors submit the report, and then the university is recognized or de-recognized. So that way both statements 1 and 2 are correct, and C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statement. A bill amending the Constitution requires a prior recommendation of the President of India. No, never. President of India has many other things to do. Then it is the minister who does that. Then he would give prior recommendation. Then, okay, President of India is away from these things. When a constitution amendment bill is presented to the President of India, it is obligatory for the President of India to give his or her assent. Yes, this is correct, because constitution amendment requires 2/3 of the present members voting, and general majority of the number of members, total number of members. So in that case, president cannot withhold it because it is a special majority bill. So that's why president is bound. So 2 is correct. And then 3. A constitution amendment will must be passed by both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha by a special majority, and there is no provision for joint sitting. Yes, that is what I had said right now. This joint sitting, there is no provision for that. Otherwise, Modi ji would have passed many more bills. He doesn't have majority in Rajya Sabha, so he is not able to pass many constitution amendment bills. Had there been joint sitting, then yes, Modi ji would have succeeded because he has many members in Lok Sabha, 335 or around that. Well, now it is less because Nitish Kumar has left, but still 303 are of BJP only. So that way Modi ji has become a very weak prime minister. He cannot bring constitutional amendment bill. So only 2 and 3 are correct, hence option B. Option B is the correct answer. Question 14. The Constitution of India classifies the ministers into 4 ranks: Cabinet Minister, Minister of State, Independent Charge, and Minister of State and Deputy Minister. Yes, that is correct. Article 74 does that. The total number of ministers in the union government, including the Prime Minister, shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members in the Lok Sabha. Yes, this is also correct after 91st Amendment. So both are correct. Now C. Yes, both 1 and 2 are correct. Question number 15. Which of the following are the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha? To ratify the declaration of emergency. No, it is not the exclusive power of Lok Sabha. Which of the following are the exclusive power of Lok Sabha? To ratify the declaration of emergency. Well, if Lok Sabha ratifies the declaration, then the Prime Minister can anytime declare emergency, because he always has the majority in the Lok Sabha, then only he is the Prime Minister. So 1 is not correct. To pass a motion of no confidence against the Council, that is what Lok Sabha does. The Prime Minister has to resign. It is only in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has no authority over it. So this is the exclusive power of Lok Sabha. To impeach the President of India, again both houses need to impeach. So not only that Lok Sabha, but Rajya Sabha also needs to pass the impeachment, then only President can be impeached. So only 2 is the exclusive power of Lok Sabha. Answer B. Question number 16. With reference to anti-defection law in India, consider the following statements. The law specifies that a nominated legislature cannot join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House. No, actually he has to join within the 6 months. Otherwise, he has to join this. Actually, I should do it with this blue color. He has to join within 6 months. Then this one is actually not, so this one is not correct, because it says that cannot join. No, he has to join within 6 months any party. Then second, the law doesn't provide any time frame within which the presiding officer has to decide a defection case. Yes, actually this one is true, because we had seen a case in Tripura or some state in Northeast where the MLA who has defected remained minister for 3 years, and the Speaker of the House didn't do anything. Then finally Supreme Court removed him. So this law is actually doesn't provide any time frame. The president the president of the House, means the Speaker of the House, can delay it as long as he wants. So that is the drawback of this anti-defection law. So statement number 2 is correct. B is the correct answer. Question 17. Attorney General of India and Solicitor General of India are the only officers of the Government of India who are allowed to participate in the meeting of the Parliament of India. Actually, it is only Attorney General, not Solicitor General of India. No. So he is not allowed. Only Attorney General is the one who is allowed to do that. Only he can participate. So one is not correct. According to the Constitution of India, Attorney General of India submits his resignation when the government which appointed him resigns. No, this is not correct either. He is appointed for a fixed term. So that way, neither one nor two are correct. Hence, D is the correct answer. Actually, these questions are not difficult. All you need to do is to study in a wider sense Indian polity, the NCERT book of Indian Constitution. Question 18 is with reference to the writs issued by the courts in India, consider the following statements. Mandamus will not lie against the private organization. Yeah, this is correct. Unless it is entrusted with a public duty, because mandamus is only for the government or government related organizations. Then mandamus will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. Mandamus will not lie. Well, if it is a government company, then it will apply. So if it is a government company, then mandamus will lie against it. So 2 is not wrong, correct. Any public-minded person can be a petitioner to move the court to obtain the writ of quo warranto. Yes, this is correct because it is public-minded person. Yes, he can move. So both 1 and 3 are correct. Option C. Now I go to question number 19. Okay, this Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission considers the following statement. Private and public hospitals must adopt it. Well, the government cannot force private people, or at least it gives them some concessions. So this one is not correct. As its aim is to achieve universal health coverage, every citizen of India should be part of it ultimately. This is not correct either because every citizen doesn't have to be part of this. You can choose another programs of insurance also. It has seamless portability across the country. Yes, that's true. So you can have this Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, use it anywhere in India. So only 3 is correct answer. B. Option B is the correct answer. Question 20. With reference to Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, consider the following statement. Well, he is the Deputy Speaker. As per the rules of procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha, the election of Deputy Speaker shall be held on such date as the Speaker may fix. Yes, this Speaker will fix the election of the Deputy Speaker. Now there is no Deputy Speaker because the Speaker didn't fix the date. Okay. Now, option 2. There is mandatory provision that the election of a candidate as Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha shall be from either the principal opposition party or ruling party. No, it is not mandatory. It was conventional, not mandatory. So 2 is actually not correct. Option 2 is not correct. Then 3. The Deputy Speaker has the same power as of the Speaker when presiding over the sitting of the House and no appeal lies against his ruling. Yeah, this is very correct. You could have guessed it also because when the Speaker is not there and Deputy Speaker is presiding, of course he will have the same power. So this one you could have easily guessed that 3 is correct. Then 4. The well established parliamentary practice regarding the appointment of deputy speaker is that the motion is moved by the speaker and duly seconded by the prime minister. No. The prime minister doesn't second. So, prime minister is not involved in these things. Hence, option only 1 and 3 are correct. It is wrong because of this prime minister thing. Okay, so that's question number 18. Now next question 20. That let's go to question number 21. Among the following crops, which one is the most important anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide? So both these methane and nitrous oxide are released when water is there standing with the crop. And in that case, cotton is not, rice is the only one crop, sugar not, wheat not. Wheat cannot survive when water is standing in the field. So it is only the rice which has the anthropogenic means our human activity. So methane and nitrous oxide are released only by rice. Not only, but most important source is that rice. There are other crops as well. So B is the correct answer. Question 22. System of rice intensification means producing more rice in the same amount of land. System of rice intensification of cultivation in which alternate wetting and drying of rice fields is practiced results in. So means sometimes wetting and then drying of rice fields is practiced. Reduced seed requirement, yes, because in this what happens that it is 20 kg of seed needed for production of rice in 1 hectare. That was the traditional amount of seed needed. But with new system, you need only 2 kg, 1/10 of seed. Reduced methane production, yes, because it is dried also, no? Drying of rice field. So when the rice field is dried, the methane production would be less, and also less amount of seed is there. So that will be another factor that will reduce methane production. So this is correct. And reduce electricity consumption, yes, that's true too. So all 1, 2, 3 are true. Option D. Now question number 23. Which of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? Lake Victoria, no, it cannot dry because River Nile comes out of this. And you know, River Nile is such a big river that Lake Victoria will never dry. Then Lake Fugibine, yes, Fagubine is the one which can dry because this Niger River, it is a flood lake. So it can dry. Whenever there is no flood, that year it will dry. Lake Oguta no and Lake Volta no. So B is the correct answer. Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which one of the following rivers? It is in Andhra Pradesh. So in Andhra Pradesh it is the Pennar river. Kaveri is not there. Manjarin is not there. Pennar is the river that has created this Gandikota Canyon. Tungabhadra is also not there in Andhra Pradesh. So it is definitely this Pennar river. Question number 25. Consider the following pairs, peak and mountains. So Namcha Barwa, okay, Garhwal Himalayas. No, Namcha Barwa is in actually Tibet. So Garhwal, it is not the correct one. See Nanda Devi and Kumaon Himalaya, yes, Nanda Devi is in Kumaon. And Nokrek, Sikkim, no, it is in Meghalaya. So only 2 is correct. So I stop here right now as the video may get very long. And then I will cover with question number 26. Okay, let me cover this 26 also, this page. So question number 26. The term Levant, often heard in the news, roughly corresponds to which of the following regions? So Levant is the term, okay. It is in the Mediterranean eastern shores, actually. So it is just geography knowledge. You don't need to do more research because it cannot happen in North Africa's shores. It is not there. And then region along Persian Gulf. No, it is not there either. The entire coastal, okay, you can get confused into A and D, but because both are in the Mediterranean Sea. But this entire coastal areas of, no, it is not that. It is on the eastern Mediterranean shores, not the entire coastal areas. So A is the correct answer. Question number 27. Consider the following countries: Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Okay, which of the above have border with Afghanistan? Afghanistan is just north of Pakistan, and to that border is not the Azerbaijan, because in between this Uzbekistan comes Kyrgyzstan. No, so this Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, these are the borders of Afghanistan. Hence, option C is correct option. Okay, I stop here, and in another video, I will make the remaining questions. Maybe I will use 4 videos or maybe 3 videos. So depending upon how much time it takes, the ideal time for a video is about 30 to 35 minutes. So otherwise the students get bored of studying so continuously. So I stop here, and if you liked my video, please subscribe it and like it. You need to study a lot for this. All that books of class 12 NCERT books on each subject: geography, constitution, history, and then Indian economics. And actually, it is a very important paper because paper 2 is not very important. You don't need to read much for paper 2. You can qualify that even without reading. It is just it is a passing criteria. You need to score only 33%. Hence, you need to pay a lot more attention on paper 1 than on paper 2. Thank you very much for watching.